Hello everyone, Jet here, and welcome to Total War ROMEHAMMER, where Rome and Sparta have entered the world of Warhammer. Can you survive and conquer this mysterious, harsh world, full of monsters and magic? Let's find out. So, this is the new mod done by The First Rock. Sorry, I didn't forget his name for a second there. The same person who did the Rome and Sparta mod I have been doing a couple of playthroughs of at the moment. You may have been watching them if you are new to my channel. If not, it's another mod which adds Rome and Sparta into the game as the Empire and the High Elves. This is a new version of it where, rather than plonking them there and taking over those major factions, instead Rome holds, as you can see here, Astelia, and Sparta is over here in Telia, with Nea Sparta as the capital of Sparta and Nova Rome as the capital of Rome, led by Gaius Julius Caesar. So yeah, let's take a little bit of a look at these units. I mean, I've played this in the previous mods before, so I know roughly what they're like. If you do go to recruitment, there is something new, which I do quite like. You get access to United Factions units, which I think is very cool. It's literally a mix of Spartan, Roman, and Empire troops, all thrown together in one go. I do not know if there are versions of these which level up with you, but they are, as you can see, they are fairly similar stats-wise. They're just a slight different variation. So, well, we'll see as we level up. Well, I won't, because I'm not going to be doing a playthrough of this at the moment. Plan is to try and persuade Tom, who I do multiplayer campaigns with, to do a co-op or a versus playthrough as Rome and Sparta. But we shall see if we can persuade him. Shout in the comments so I've got lots of evidence saying you guys want to see that. Let's take a look at the faction anyway, quickly. So obviously the leader is Gaius Julius Caesar, who is a legendary lord, as you'd expect. Let's have a look at his skill tree. Fairly standard skill tree, guys. Nothing to write home about, but it's what you need. I'm assuming he's automatically immortal. Possibly a little bug there. This is a brand new thing, guys. I would assume he is already automatically immortal. And if not, I'd assume that's going to be a change which is made fairly soon. Yeah, and if we go into the town, you'll see we've got various different tech building trees with units. Standard, you know, infantry tree unlocks all of your Roman legionaries, as you'd expect. Top tier is Praetorians. You do have access to lovely fire archers at the top as well. Down to Hastasi at the bottom, and Rurarii. Yep, and no Roman faction would be complete without a unit which shouts Triarii. But yeah, so fairly standard. Again, we've got a cavalry tree with sort of the cavalry you'd expect, you know, bog standard cavalry up to Praetorian cavalry. You do have the Roman wolves of war, which makes very much sense for if you think about Roman history. They are very much about their wolves, and obviously eagles, and at the top we get Praetorian and Griffin riders there. Again, the top units are what you'd expect. The bottom units they are quite powerful units when used well, and they are all about holding that sort of shield wall. We do also have access to dragons through this tree, so we've got access to Roman dragons. And the top unit is the Mars God of War. The Spartans get Ares instead, and my headcanon for these is that very much that they are the manifestations of their god. Because we're in the Warhammer world where belief really does make a difference. So my headcanon for these guys is that they are actually the manifestations of their gods, and in this world, let's be honest, that the gods of war would love to appear and actually play. So when they get powerful enough, you can summon a single one of these guys. I believe you can only have one, at least you can in the other mod, at a time, which I think is quite cool and fits very much. Obviously, it's Rome here. We are in Estelia, so we've got some fun around us. We've got Bretonia, so we can face off against the Horsey Boys, which, as a very spear-based faction, is probably quite good. We've obviously got the Elves over here. We can face off against Sparta. We've got a couple of threats straight away from Mulgir, Shadowweave, and the Skaven, yes, who are here, who are both invading. So actually, you might have quite a rough time of it at the start. And obviously, just across the sea here, we've got Araby and Lustria. So very nice central area of the old world to start, where we can see lots of things, and the Romans can discover lots of interesting things in this strange and magical world. Now let's move over to the Spartans. So the Spartans, under King Leonidas, however I say it, do start over here in Telia again. So it's another interesting start position. Obviously, you've got the dwarves of Clan Angrund just above you, with Belagar, who you can make friends with or make short work of. I'm going in the book for that, aren't I, guys? You've obviously got the orcs up here, so if they do fail or you do decide to take them out, you will be facing off against those orcs fairly early. Again, the Skaven, who you're not at war with, but would you trust them? Rome, who are probably going to be a fairly big threat, assuming they survive the initial onslaught we saw going on from them, from the Beastmen and the Skaven in this strange new world for them. But we have our own threats down here. We have Aranessa Saltspite, who is about to face off against Montez, who has got a lovely united faction. As I mentioned, we have access to those united units. In what is quite a hard start fight, guys, actually, because Aranessa is a heavily ranged faction against these guys who are, I mean, they are Spartans. They are clearly much more a defensive faction in the way they are built. Obviously, we've got the Border Princes, the Badlands, Araby. So we've got quite a lot of areas around us, quite a lot of interesting places we can go and play and fight and hopefully not get wiped out. Again, building chains for the units are fairly similar. The infantry thing gives us access to various hoplite units, starting from Spartan youths, being the junior and youngest troops with javelin men, and as we level up we do get access to velites, peltasts, and they do slowly get better, you know, hoplites, pikemen, then veterans, and at the top royal Spartans, of course, being the best of the best. Again, the infantry, the cavalry tree is fairly similar, but with lions instead of wolves, and some more missile cavalry in there as you level up. But the top tier stuff, you do get the, you do get full-on normal cavalry. But you do have some hybrid cavalry in here, you know, the mounted heroes, and access to some monstrous mythical units such as minotaurs and hippogriffs, as well as some Pegasus riders there as well. And again, artillery is artillery. I'm not going hugely into that. But they're sort of monstrous units. Has to have Hydras, guys. This is Greece, after all. And Medusa, as well as some of their own dragons. So toxic dragons and poison dragons. And Ares, god of war. Which, as I said before, is... my headcanon is a manifestation from their belief in their gods, which has been made real in this world. So that is their start position. As mentioned, guys, I might be trying to play co-op playthrough of this with Tom at some point in the near future. Let us know down in the comments if you'd like to see that. Also, let me know if you like this sort of format, just taking a quick look at a mod, sort of quick overview at the mod from the very start. I've not played too much of this one, but I've got, from playing the other version of the mod, the Rome and Sparta mod rather than the ROMEHAMMER mod, I am very aware of how this will play, and I can guarantee you it will be a very fun mod to play and is well worth a download and play. Especially with these new start positions, guys, it's going to make it exceptionally good fun. So yeah, absolutely download it. Give it a go. As we said at the start, will we survive in this harsh world full of monsters and magic? Let's find out. If you have enjoyed this, guys, and want to see me playing various mods like this, please do like and subscribe. And pop a comment down below. Really does help with the SEO and the algorithm, guys. The most important of the 5 Chaos Gods. Big thank you to the First Rock for making this amazing overhaul mod, as well as the Rome and Sparta mod, which I am thoroughly enjoying. And as always, an extra special thank you to my channel members and patrons. That's Monster Bound, Philip F, Nose, Andrew T, Prataru, Brandon, Space Ace 475, Coding Monster, Jason Air, Egg, Scrin, and Jared Horn. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Cheers all.